record button. It says recording. My dad's in the background. Okay, I get started. First of all, just want to start with, I can't do this, dang it. Every time I try and do that. No, I can share my screen. I remember. Okay, recognition. Shout out to you, babes. I've already hit Success Club. Sam, Success Club 8, so that's 4 lives. Jess with 3 lives. Abby, 3. Alicia with 3 people. Sierra, 2. Zach has 2. Liv and Kathleen have changed 1 life so far. Killing it. There's still, how many days? 8 days left in the month, so still time to continue, change those lives, get people into your boot camps, get them started. But other than that, shout out to you babes who have already hit Success Club. If you haven't yet, there's still tons of time to get there, but push hard this week, set your goals, set your intentions, and crush the rest of the week. So I want to jump right into this training. Basically, it is all about figuring out what your key priorities are in life. This light is crazy bright. But anyways, figuring out what your key priorities in life are so that you can focus your attention there and make sure that you have your game plan, your goals in life, everything is surrounded around those key priorities so you can live happy, healthy, fulfilling lives. But there is basically 2 types of priorities. So I do want you guys all need to have a notebook. I'm sure you do, but just make sure you have a notebook because you'll probably be taking lots of notes with this. Okay, there's 2 types of priorities in life. There is key priorities and intrinsic priorities. So when you guys think of what is a priority to you, I want you to write that down. Like what first comes to mind when you think of your priorities. Give you like 30 seconds and then, or just start writing them like in the chat. I want to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, write some stuff in the chat. Bills, finances, keeping my daughter alive. Financial freedom, bills, dogs, sleep, work, balance, family, prepare for future. Love it, love it. Okay, so when I did this, I said basically the same thing. I said like Jordy, family, friends, travel, freedom. Obviously, you guys all know I'm a crazy gypsy, so travel was definitely on there. Okay, so yes, these are basically your intrinsic priorities. So these are things that like come naturally to you. They come kind of like easy. You like putting energy into them. There's something that like, versus I'll say, okay, so these are your intrinsic priorities. They're the things that you actually like to put energy into. And then you have key priorities. And these are the things that you don't really like to do as much, but when you do them, they have benefits towards your life. Like they improve your life drastically. So you have your intrinsic ones and your key priorities. So basically what we're doing with this training is figuring out what your key priorities need to be. So we're coming up with a game plan for them. There is 10 areas of your life that we're going to go through and rate in order to figure out where you need to focus your attention. So, and you're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is like you're extremely dissatisfied with it, you feel kind of hopeless, you're stressed about it, you know that you could be better, you're not living up to your potential with this area, whatever it is. And then 10 is you're seriously like abundantly happy, it couldn't get any better, it's like on your Pinterest board, amazing, no room for improvement. Okay, so number 1, the first area of your life is your environment. So this is like where you spend your day. So not just like your house, but your closet, your car. I spend 90% of my time in my car. Is your environment cluttered? Is it messy? Does it stress you out? Is it organized? Any place that you're spending your time, like what do you rate that? So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being incredible. I'll give you like 10 seconds for each one of these. Okay, so once you guys have it down, just like give me a little thumbs up and we'll move on to the next one. Good. All right. So next one is fun and leisure. So these are like activities that you do to recharge yourself. So they're not like income producing activities. They're your hobbies. They're your vacation time, doing things just because you want to doing them. Going for a walk in nature, going for a hike, time off. It's like movies, going to the spa, watching sports, whatever you do for fun. How do you rate yourself in that area? So do you feel like you could improve as far as like time in this area? Because I know I definitely could. This was like my lowest area is like activities just to recharge you. All right. Good? Perfect. All right. Third one, personal growth. So as coaches, like we're obviously really good at this one because it is a part of our daily vital behaviors. It's in personal growth is really just like any effort you're taking to be a better you. So whether that's reading personal development, whether this is going to trainings, different seminars, how are you like personally growing, and are you happy with the rate at which you're growing? Okay. On to the next. Next one is spirituality and faith. So this can be like how connected you feel to the world. I know I have said a million times, you guys all need to read The Universe Has Your Back, but how connected you feel to the world, your belief, your faith. Do you feel like you're doing what you're called to do? Are you meditating enough? Are you living to the higher purpose that you believe you have, whatever your purpose is on earth? Are you giving it as much as you want in life? Do you feel just connected to something bigger? Good. You good, Abs? Okay. All right. Next one, number 5, is purpose and career. So this is your profession, your volunteer work. Are you following your passion? Devotion, it can be like if you're, I mean, like with Sam, like, do you feel like you're devoted to your family? Are you using your talents and abilities to help others? And are you doing it efficiently? So this is kind of like a second part to that same area of life. But you can be really happy with your profession and whatever you're doing, but if you're not doing it efficiently, you don't have good systems in place, like you might rate yourself lower in this area. And that's what I did for this one. Okay. All right. Number 6 is finances. So this includes your current savings, your lack of debt, your investments, knowing where your money is going. Are you making enough? Are you affording the things you want to in life? Do you feel safe? Do you feel secure? Are you budgeting? Are you giving enough money? Like, do you feel like you want to give more, but you don't have the money to help people? Because this is a huge one, I think, for all of us. Of course, like the more you have, the more you can give to the people in your life. So I think this one is huge for sure. Okay, good. All right, number 7, friends and family. So this does not include your spouse. It is like how satisfied you are with the time that you have with your loved ones, with your siblings. Could you be more intentional at reaching out to certain people that you care about in your life, your friends, your family? Do you feel like you're kind of like distant from some people in your life who you really care about? You could put more energy there. Or this could also be, do you need to distance yourself from some people who you believe are bringing you down or draining your energy, or who are negative and like you don't want to have that energy there? So how satisfied are you with your relationships with your friends and your family? All right, next one is your romantic relationship. So if you are single right now and you are super freaking happy about being single right now, rate it a 10. And if you are in a relationship, and so I'll go through some of the things you can kind of like base off your rating. Are you emotionally good in your relationship? Are you physical enough in your relationship? Do you have time together? Do you know, like, what do you want out of a relationship, and what is like ideal in a relationship for you? Like Pinterest board, whatever, like what is ideal in a romantic relationship for you, and what is your rating with that? Are you having enough date nights? Are you physical enough? Is there something that's like in between you that just is keeping this number really low? Do you have mutual respect and appreciation for each other? Do you feel supported? Do you feel connected with this person? So that's kind of like a bunch of different things to go off. And if you're single as a Pringle and happy with it, go girl. All right, next one, fitness and health. So this is a good one for all of us. It should be, at least. So this is your dream self. And this is kind of funny because I did not rate myself like as high as like I think some people would expect, or like from, honestly, like if we look at all of our numbers later on, probably all of us didn't, because we hold ourselves to very high standards. So this is your dream self, your physical self, like based on like, are you defined as you want to be? Do you have the energy that you want to? Are you sleeping well throughout the night? Are you burnt out? How's your digestion? Like, how's your strength? How's your flexibility? These are all things to rate it off. Are you happy with like basically how your body is operating? And are you taking care of yourself every day? Are you doing things to get you to that point where you want to be, to your dream self? Okay. All right. And number 10 is emotional health. And I don't think we talk about this one enough, or maybe we talk about it too much. Okay, your emotional health. So how good you feel about yourself, your confidence, your worth, what you deserve, what you feel you deserve, how you value yourself. Are you expressing how you feel, and are you articulating it to other people? Are you able to express how you feel? Are you able to handle stress, or do you just like completely black out and like run away from the world? Are you, okay, so like one thing she mentioned was like, are you able to reflect on your childhood without feeling guilt or anger or frustration, or like, so having to do with your past too, because all of that obviously is included in your emotional health of how you feel about yourself. So once you're done, give me a thumbs up and we'll move on to the next step. All right. Okay, so now that you have all your ratings, so 1 through 10, we're going to go back and we're going to star the ones that you had the highest rating on. So go back, star the like top 2 or 3, whatever they are. You might have some that are tied, but star the top ones for yourself. You good, Jess? Yeah. And Gabby's story. Write in the comments like actually, yeah, write in the comments what a couple of your highest rated ones were, because I'm curious. Mine were, my highest one was personal growth for me, and then spirituality, friends and family, romantic relationship, and emotional health were all high ones for me. Fun, leisure, Sam, that's good. Family, friends. What about you? Is he working out? I don't know right now. Health, progress, relationship, family and friends, personal growth and purpose. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now we're gonna go back through, and whichever ones were your lowest, circle your lowest. You don't have to share these if you don't feel comfortable, but you can. My lowest was, my absolute lowest was fun and leisure, because I feel like even though I have like a decent amount of time, I don't do enough to actually recharge myself. I feel like I am always telling myself I should be doing something else, so I don't actually allow myself to like relax and, you know, enjoy, go do fun things. My other two lowest were environment and finances. Did you guys have any that you wanted to share? Just kind of see if we're all on the same page, you know. Finances. Yeah, I kind of figured like finances would probably be one for all of us. But finances, spirituality, okay. All right, girl, you need to read The Universe Has Your Back, for sure. Okay. All right, so now that you have your highest and your lowest are going to be your key priorities. And here's why. Because they are causing you stress, they're causing you some kind of pain, you're unhappy with them, you feel like you could do better, they're the reason you're not growing, and you're experiencing, because you're like kind of letting these areas slip, or you're not putting enough energy into them because they're stressing you out. But here's the thing, guys, you have to picture like a wheel of life, and I'm gonna I have this drawn out, but you have like a wheel of life, and in the circle, in the middle is like a 0, and on the outside is a 10. So if you have like all the different areas, all the 10 different areas are like are they called spokes, I think, of like a bicycle tire, and you have like all your different ratings from 0 to 10. So for me, like, here's the outside of the tire, and my finances were like a 3. So that part of the tire is going to be deflated. And if you try and ride a bicycle with a deflated part on the tire, it's obviously not going to ride well. So you have to think of this like as a wheel of life. If all of your areas are at, 8s through 10s, like, you're going to ride well. Like, life is going to be amazing. If you have some areas that are at like 2s and 3s, and then other areas that are at 10s, it's going to be like clunk, 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 like, life is going to be rough. So the point of this activity is to find out what your key priorities are and where you need to focus more of your energy on to get those numbers higher, so that you can continue on this wheel of life and feel better about yourself, feel like you're moving forward productively, and not have these areas that stress you out so much. So if you're not getting where you want to go fast enough, you have to focus on those deflated areas. And for me, and for all of us, I think, especially as coaches, we really refuse to live our lives at that low level. That's why we're in this. We refuse to live at any area of our life at a low level, because no one wants to live that way. It causes you stress, you're unhappy with it. You want to have success in your whole life, and that means having success in all of these areas. So I know for me, with a lot of like the areas I rated myself low on, like they're areas that I say aren't bothering me, and then I continue to sweep them under the rug. And so they just keep getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And for us as coaches, like we see this with people all the time who don't want to commit to their health and fitness because it is one of these areas that they know they're lacking in, but they just continue to push back because they're not like at that point where they recognize that they want to move forward in that area, and that area, if they have that inflated, that the rest of their wheel is going to be turning even better. So now that you have these key priorities, you need to set your goals, set your activities, set actual life rules around your key priorities, and do not commit to anything that compromises those key priorities. So for me, a big one is finances. Like right now, today has been incredibly stressful because I am trying to find a new apartment and application fees are outrageous, $400. Like, what in the world? So finances is a huge stress. So like, I'm not going to go put my money into something that's compromising finances when I already know that that's an area that is a key priority for me, and I don't want to compromise that any more than it is. So another one is like fun and leisure. If I want to improve that area of my life, I have to make that a priority and schedule it into my week. I have to literally write like, go do something for yourself that is fun. Like go schedule time with whoever, like my friends, my family, Jordy, like put it in your schedule and make it a goal to actually focus on that area of your life. Because if it's not written in your goal list and if it's not written in your schedule, it's not going to get done, and it's going to continue to get swept under the rug, and your tire is continually going to be deflated and not rolling. Not going to be rolling. You're not going to be rolling in the dough. You're not going to be rolling in happiness. Like, you're not going to be rolling. So my other one was environment. And this has been huge for me. They see me, yeah, for real. They see me rolling. They're going to see me rolling pretty soon here. But anyways, my last one was environment. And this is like, when I was listening to this training, I was like, holy crap, like this is a huge reason of why I'm like feeling so stuck, why my finances are the way that they are, why my fun and leisure is not like out there, because I love my dad's house. It's gorgeous here. It's lots of beautiful green farmland, but there's not a fucking thing to do here. There's literally nothing to do. I'm hours away from every one of my friends. I'm hours away from my boyfriend. Like, my mom lives across the country. Like, this is an environment that is not like, it's not helping me, and it's not really helping me. It's not really making me like truly happy, and it's kind of like I feel like I could be doing better. And so that's why I'm so stimulating. That's why I am so excited for this move, because my area here, like, I've made the most of what I can, but I'm ready for a new adventure. You guys know, like, I'm a crazy gypsy. Like, I need to be on the go, exploring new places all the time. And so my environment was my lowest point. Like, so that's a key priority for me, and that's why I'm so excited for this move. But last thing I'm gonna say is just like, keep inflating that tire. Keep making your priorities, putting them in your goal list, putting it into your schedule, and making those priorities actual priorities. Because you have to keep inflating that tire until nothing is suffering. Because once you get to that point, you're just, like I said, you're going to be rolling, you're going to be happy, your family's going to be happy, your friends are going to be happy, your spouse is going to be happy. Like, you're just going to feel safe, secure, confident, like all of these terms that you aspire to be. You're going to be, I'm living my best life. Yeah. and you have everything it takes. That's the thing, guys, is like, we talk about this all the time. Everything you need is within you already. It's already within you. But you just have to realize, like doing this exercise, realize where you're struggling a little bit, where you're not happy, and then make it a priority. So that is what I got for you tonight. I want to hear from you guys, like, was that helpful? Every time you say spouse, I get chills because I'm That is hilarious, Abby. But yeah, unmute yourselves. I want to hear from you guys because I loved doing this training. I thought it was really awesome. Go ahead, Sam.
I think like today I was really overwhelmed and stressed because I knew there was a lot going on in my life, like things that were going wrong, and I felt like I had literally no control over any of them because I couldn't identify any of them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm like, for example, I literally could not be in my apartment because I just can't stand being there. It brings my mood down. I was like, why is it like this? And I find myself being at my mom's all the time. I'm like, I just can't handle the vibe over there. It's just so negative. And like, I feel like this really helped me pinpoint the parts of my life that I need to target because I get overwhelmed and stressed all the time and I just don't know what's causing it. And then I just break down and everything goes to shit, basically. So this like really helped with that aspect of like identifying everything. So
good. I'm glad. I felt the same exact way. Like after I went through them all, I was like, I knew that finances are always a stress for me because that's just like the way my dad is, and like I have picked up on that, and it's just always been a thing for me. So I knew that was going to be one. But I never really thought about the fact that I'm not really ever doing activities to recharge myself. Like I'm always on the go, I'm always traveling. Like I love doing that, but I'm never actually relaxing, like chilling. Like hardly ever do I like take a bath or like put my phone away for hours and just like read because that's relaxing, or go for a hike because I like put the stress on myself that I should be doing something at all times. And I know like I preach this to you guys too because I see that with you guys, and it's totally like on me because like I need to lead by example and do that too. And having like the environment too, like I knew that was going to be one because when I'm in a place for too long, I'm like, I need to get out of here and explore something new. So, all right, I want to hear from somebody else. Anybody else want to share what they found out?
I will.
Abby?
I like am always reminded of how important, like you were just saying, like scheduling and like fun and leisure, but I never even think about it as like an essential thing until I do like trainings like this. And it's like Candace, who's on this call, shout out to Candace. We like met in our college a cappella group, and like that was one thing in college that like was a huge stress relief for me because it was like something that like I enjoyed that was scheduled into my day. Like I had to be there for rehearsals at this time every week, and it was like something that I could always count on because it was a concrete part of my schedule. But then like when you don't have those things as a commitment, or you're not part of a group or like whatever it is that's committing you to being there, it's so hard to think of it as a priority. And so I really like, that's something I still struggle with. I'm like, I can't go like out to like, I can't go like hike Watkins Glen today because like work is a priority or whatever. Like I should be home. I should be like prepping for upcoming weeks of work or whatever it is. But it's like, no, you have to schedule stuff like that in because it's literally the only thing that keeps you going.
Yeah, exactly. Candace, did you want to say anything?
Sure. Hi guys, nice to meet you all.
Hello.
Yeah, so I mean, same thing. I feel like back in high school, I feel like each of my priorities was a little higher because I used to do karate and they taught us things such as mental health and the importance of having a balanced life. And then I quit, and then I started college, and then that's when things started to spiral out of control a little bit. But like Abby was saying, I did a bunch of activities such as the a cappella group, and I was in gospel choir. But even since then, I had some trouble finding some kind of balance in my life. And sometimes there would be weeks when I didn't even have time to work out, and I realized that I wasn't feeling the same way as I did in high school. So I realized I had to cut back on a couple of things to refocus on myself. So that's something I'm really trying to focus on for the summer and from then on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and I think listening to both of you guys too, as coaches, like, we do have this workout time that's scheduled every day. And I think when we jump into a program at like our first time getting into a program, we're like, holy crap, thank God for this workout, because like we almost feel like that is our leisure time, or like that is like our fun time, because for so long we've been putting off any kind of fun and leisure time. And then like we get into a program and we're like, this is my time. This is my time to just focus on me and how I'm feeling and what I want to do. So, yeah, I love listening to that. Jess or C or Callie, did you guys want to share anything? We've got about 6 minutes left.
I guess like it just helped me realize how much I really needed to work on. Because for my full-time job, I work on mental health with the kids that I work with. And I guess like I didn't realize how much I wasn't doing it for myself. Like I thought that I was, but I guess I'm not. But I actually scheduled something to do for myself this Friday, so I'm super excited for like the first time in forever. So
yeah. And the thing is, like, when we do schedule that, like, immediately, it's like immediate that we notice the rest of our life. We're like, we're so much more motivated to do our work. We're so much more motivated. That's like when I came back from my trip to Mexico. I mean, that vacation was a vacation. Like, I didn't touch my phone the whole time. Like, I didn't stress about anything. Like, I was drinking margaritas and mojitos all day long and hanging out at the pool. And, like, that was probably, like, the first real vacation I've ever, like, given myself or taken. And you come back from that and you just realize how much greater the rest of your life improves, because you did make that a priority, and you did focus on that and give yourself that time. Kelly in the middle of doing burnout push-ups. LOL. Learning to prioritize makes so much sense. It's crazy we don't think about it. Like, even scheduling time to go spend the night at my boyfriend's or planning free time does make me so much less stressed, like I normally do that, but I don't even realize how important that is, and that I always need to do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
Another thing that I've started to realize, and Maddie and I talked about this a little bit, was just also prioritizing your time to work, because I know I've had a lot of free days lately because I'm per diem and I get called into work and they haven't needed me. So I've been trying to focus on the business, and I've been telling myself, oh, these are going to be my set hours. But since I'm home all day, I'm like, oh, on my phone all day long, or like I'm really not scheduling the time for the work. So like, I think that's really important too, because that's where a lot of my stress and anxiety stems from, is because I'm doing it all day long rather than, okay, do it 2 hours here, 2 hours there, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, if anyone wants to do Miracle Mornings, because I think those are super effective,
yeah,
I will do it with you.
Tomorrow morning. What time? What time are we doing it? Down for
I'm
whatever.
getting it done before 8, honestly, just because
Okay.
of Sophia. But I know everyone's not that.
Okay. 7 a.m. Are we getting up at 7? I'll be there.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll be there, yeah.
7 a.m.
Wait,
I wake up
Question.
at like 5:30, so yeah, I'll be there.
What, Abby?
we should start doing them at like 4:30.
That's what you're supposed to do. I started reading the book, by the way, Maddie. I got the book. You're supposed to like get all your crap done before 8 a.m., which I think is like,
No, that would be amazing. No, we will get there. But guys, you have
Baby
to realize baby steps. Maddie doesn't go to bed before like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. So like, getting up at like 7 is a push. Yeah, but we'll get there. Okay, let's take a quick picture before we get kicked off, and then we'll talk just a little bit more. Okay. Smile pretty. Callie, do you want to show your face for 2 seconds, or are you super crazy sweaty? She's probably doing push-ups.
Hold on.
She jumping on? Yep, there you are. Okay. See, I can't really see your face, but that's okay. Smile pretty. 1, 2, 3. Cute. Cute, cute. All right, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on. I'm glad this was helpful, and I'm glad you loved it as much as I did. I will post the recording so everybody else can. I really hope everybody else goes through this and does it too. But make sure tonight, like literally after we get off this call, we can start another Zoom call. I don't know if you guys are going to bed, but we can start another Zoom call and literally write our priorities into our schedule this week because it needs to happen. So I'm proud of all of you. I love you like crazy, and we'll do a miracle morning tomorrow if I don't see you tonight. So, all right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.